Shooters killing left and right. Working through your worst night. If I get my money right, you know I won't need you. Can I tell you? I hope the sack is full up. I'm fucking, no, I'm fucked up. Spend it when I get that. I ain't trying to keep you. Can't keep up a conversation. Can't nobody read you. Why your eyes well up? Did you call me from a seance? You were from my past life. Hope you're doing well, bro. I've been out here head first. Always like the head first. Signal coming in and out. Hope you're doing well, bro. Everybody needs you.
What it is, what it do, what's poppin'? It's your boy Marquise Q-Sav in the building.
What's good with you? It's your boy Raider Rashawn.
People of God is Jerome Rapnell McClain.
And it's your boy Easy E on the back end. What's good? What's good? What's good?
We are back with another rendition, another episode, another dance of the Way They podcast. Not in 2020. We are in a new year, 2021. First podcast of the new year, fellas.
Cheers to fresh starts.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I didn't think we was gonna make it this far.
2020 was looking real ugly for everybody.
You said cap, Sean?
Definitely cap.
Right. I mean, it's been a rough year so far. I mean, we done came a long way since, March? And we're already in, like, January. We're only 3 months from really celebrating our anniversary of the podcast.
Sheesh.
Back. Hey, anniversary is going to go up. That's all I can say right now.
True. What y'all boys been on? What did y'all boys let go in 2020? Like, how y'all 2020 was, like, at a grand scheme? Like, if you look at the year from January to January, obviously, like, how was y'all 2020 if you had to sum it up?
Not going to lie. I honestly feel my 2020 was pretty productive. I mean, I don't know. I mean, even though it was like Corona going on, everybody was quarantined. I mean, I like being at the house, so I was just really vibing. I mean, I graduated this year, so it's been pretty productive for me. What your boy?
I mean, I say pretty much same for me too. I mean, I felt like I learned a lot more lessons in 2020. I don't try to look at 2020 as being like, you know, like something that was like completely negative. Like we did get like a lot of good music. We lost a lot of people as well, but you know, I feel like in everything that, you know, in life in general, like you have to learn lessons. And I feel like 2020 was mainly a year of lessons if I had to sum it up just for myself. But like Sean said, graduated, residing in North Carolina. You don't even know the exact city, but just know I'm out here. I'm out here. Just you know, vibing with the guys, you know, better relationships, and you know, just really cooling. I feel like 2021 is gonna be my year to like really set in stone what I really want to do. And 2022 is going to be the year where like I'm going to step on people's heads. So
Sheesh.
That's how I'm looking at it.
Head buster.
Not the head.
I say for me, if I had to kind of hold it down, I'll just put in one word. I say focus. I feel like I was able to realize what's important to me, what are my goals, who's important to me, and who do I need to let go of. I feel like just in this time alone in quarantine, you know, hanging out with you guys and stuff like that, I was able to see what's really for me and what's not. And so I think going into this year, 2021, I'm laying down a foundation, and the goal is to build on it, like just going forward. So I'm focused on laying a foundation if you had to, you know, make it small.
Solid. Juan,
Yeah,
Pastor.
I'm about to say, I think for me, one of the things y'all exposed me on the last podcast for not cooking, so that's my first goal is to start cooking a little more this year. Other than that, just trying to be, I don't know, just find peace. You know, like we always be going so quick with our life, like just doing stuff, like just do stuff for you, you know. So that's what I'm trying to do now, like just do stuff that make me happy, low key. Cause we getting old, like.
We're definitely getting old. I feel like the joys and like little things like paying a bill on time, like making sure you wake up right in the morning to go to work. Like this is little stuff now like exciting me. Like I don't know if it's y'all boys, but I feel like peace is kind of like what you make out of it. I don't think there's like no written down rule like this is what peace is. I feel like peace is whatever you like.
Exactly.
Yeah, you want to make it out of. What's some of the biggest lessons y'all learned out of 2020? I had mine, but like what was like the biggest lesson that you learned out of 2020? Like it doesn't have to be like anything personal. It can be something that you noticed yourself, but like, what's like one of the biggest lessons you learned or took away out of the whole year?
I think for me, 2020, I think like it's the saying, shit can get worse. It can definitely get worse.
It definitely did get worse.
I swear, 2020 was compete with itself. It was to be like one tragedy on top of another, on top of another. Like I don't know. I feel like for me, you know, having Kobe die in the front end, that was.
I'm about to say, didn't Kobe start off the year?
Kobe started off, and then we had Chadwick Boseman like months
after that. That took me out.
That was like the halfway point. Like niggas was tired. We was like, oh my.
But that was in August, wasn't it?
Bro. It was like Black Panther. What is going on? Like, so yeah, shit can definitely get worse. So that's why you don't ask for it.
I would say a big lesson I learned is that regardless of what's going on outside, like you still can be focused like yourself. Like, cause you think about it, like once like Corona really came, that's really when Way to Eight kind of was birthed, low key. Like even though it was already like we already had started it, but you know what I'm saying, we really went hard over quarantine. So you know what I'm saying. Like even though it was like a bad situation, you can kind of make light of any situation. That's a lesson I learned from it.
That's real. I think for me, if I had to say, I think that no matter how you lay the cards out, like what you do in your life, I feel like you'll always be the bad guy in someone's story. Like, you know how people have like different narratives, like how they view you and stuff like that. And you know, like most generally, you want to like be noticed as a good person. But I feel like in a lot of senses, like you cannot do nothing to the person at all that you're interacting with. They just might see you as just a bad person, like just a bad, influence or whatever. So I say all that to kind of say that you really shouldn't allow people's opinions to like really affect who you know you are. Like people can say like you're this, you're that, or like you don't, I guess, lead up to their like
expectations.
Yeah, lead up to their expectations. But at the end of the day, like you really have to understand yourself and like really like know like your values and stuff like that. And I only say that because like you can allow people's opinions can like weigh you down to the fact where like you honestly believe everything that they're saying that you are to them. So I just say the biggest lesson I learned is that everybody, you can be the bad guy in everybody's story, and you really just have to like hone in on like what you're capable of, and like I mean everybody makes mistakes and stuff like that, and it's really up to the person if they want to forgive you for those mistakes or if they just want to move on from it. But yeah, you're a bad guy in everybody's story, and that's okay, honestly, at the end of the day.
Because it's only your story that matters, right?
I'm not saying it's only my story that matters, but I'm not gonna let someone else's story of me depict who I am.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I would definitely say I'm definitely the bad guy too. I'm pretty sure there's some people out there that would probably say that, but it's just something you just got to be like, I mean, oh well, you know what I'm saying? It's situations that really affect everything. It's not just like black and white like people make it seem. Like so many other things that go into it.
Juwan, what was the biggest lesson you learned in 2020? If you had to say.
I'm trying to sit here and think.
Oh,
I think for me,
my bad.
Maybe you make no.
Oh, there you good. I was trying to meditate on it. I feel like we don't learn a lot, but I feel like one, don't take it for granted. Just seeing everybody leave out of here that I don't know. You can die young and stuff. It's just like seeing so much death. It's like, dang, like just live because you never know really. That was one of my biggest things. And then for me, this is my first time like experiencing, like everybody for you, you got your family and everything for you, but this is my first time experiencing a little bit of pushback from people in my corner, like when I wanted to move. That was my first time kind of experiencing that. So I had to learn to kind of just do something for you and not necessarily do something for everybody else. And then they'll follow if they really in your corner, they'll follow you. So that was one of my biggest things. I feel like was just doing something for me, just stepping out on faith, even though I didn't have all the answers to all the questions either. It's like this is what I want to do, so I need to do it.
Dang one. So with that being said, like, is there like one thing that you're looking forward to? Like you talk about making happiness your priority. So like, what's the one thing that you're trying to do? That'll kind of get you going as far as taking those steps. Like, is there a trip or is there something you want to do?
Yeah, I think for me, being financially stable would be like, I guess the first thing. I feel like with that, I can do a lot more other stuff, like travel and stuff like that. I want to travel more, just have consistent amount of money in my account. And then also, I kind of want to get back closer to God because I feel like I think I heard somebody say there's a difference between being like, I think that having a relationship with God compared to being religious. And I think I fell into that this past year, like not going to church at all. I ain't been reading the Bible at home, like ain't doing none of that stuff. But I'll be listening to gospel music and I'll be praying and stuff. So it's like, oh, I think I'm religious now. Like I feel like I feel out. Like I don't think I talk to God like I should. So that's why one of my biggest things is trying to get closer to God for real, and then obviously like financially be free. What about you?
I felt that financially free burden. You know what I'm saying? I've been fighting with that bitch for a long time.
Right.
But
Telling ya.
But I guess as far as happiness, like I'm definitely with you on the financial point. But I feel like it's just a growing thing I've been dealing with, but just being content by myself. I love, being around you guys or being around my family, but, I'm getting to a point of age where, I'm gonna have to struggle on my own sometimes. I'm gonna have to just gonna have to pass the time by myself. So, just being content with yourself, being content with your time is something I'm definitely trying to take heed of. And I feel like it's just gonna lead to more happiness. There's been times where I found out a little bit more about myself than I didn't expect beforehand. So that's one thing that I'm looking forward to in this year.
That kind of would. I think you kind of answered my question, Eric, because I was going to ask y'all boys like, what are y'all resolutions for 2021? And you said, I guess, really honing in on yourself and like really, trying to understand, I guess, what you want to do internally. That kind of leads into what I want to do too. I want to have more peaceful and like meaningful time by myself. I feel like in a college environment, we're always like invited to this. We're always like hearing about this. So I feel like in college, they kind of I'm not even gonna say they do it purposefully, but like they kind of instill in you that you always have to be doing something with somebody or you're missing out. And I met some people, between college and now, to where like they can just like have a good time by themselves. Like they don't even have to have, like be in the crowd, like be around anybody. Like people like when people talk about self care, a lot of times they just do stuff by themselves. Like they'll go take themselves on a date, go see a movie, they'll go watch dinner. I mean, they'll go watch a movie and go eat dinner. And I always thought that was so weird. Like, bro, I'm not about to be going do no shit by myself. That look lame as hell. Like, I'm not about to be that guy that like just eating by himself. But I feel like people that have the ability to do that and honestly have a good time are people that really they're close to knowing like inner peace. They're close to knowing true peace because I mean, being I think I'm an extrovert. Being an extrovert, I kind of like get energy from like being around other people. So I'm really trying to like kind of steer away from that because it's like Eric said, like you're not always gonna like be around other people. So like when those moments when you're like by yourself and you're by like you're lonely, you really need to like be productive during those times that I really have a good, meaningful, peaceful time with yourself. Like you're like if the only time you have a good time is when you're at a party, then I feel like that's the problem.
Yeah.
Like you should be able to have a good time by yourself and not be around people. And that's honestly what I'm trying to work on in 2021.
Well, Q, to piggyback off that, the reason why I feel like a lot of people like feel like they have to be around people so much is because they're really not happy with themselves, or they really don't know who they are. So they really just try to be around this group or that group because they feel like that's what they're supposed to be acting like, or that's what they feel like they align with. So whatever the group do, they do. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And then like being naturally a homebody is like I mean, even just being at the crib, you know what I'm saying? Like I know when we had Heartbreak Hotel, up and running, a lot of times we had people over and I mean it'll be good times, then and whatnot. But I still feel like, I feel like I should be able to be at the crib where have nobody there and just like enjoy my peace of company. And I just honestly haven't got to that point yet where but like Eric said, I like hanging out with y'all, but like I'm not saying like the people I'm hanging out with, like, nah, fuck y'all. I'm not saying that. It's just a matter of like this is like a personal journey that I'm trying to take, you know what I'm saying? So that's just me. Sean, no, I was gonna ask you what's your resolutions for 2021?
To be honest, bro, I really don't do the New Year's resolutions type thing. Like even when I used to do them in the past, I used to only pick like 2 or 3. Like, I didn't really, you know what I'm saying? I didn't really pick like a whole bunch of them or nothing. Because to me, I only want to just progress. Like if I'm in the same position I was at last year, then that's just a problem. I just want to progress every year. So of course, it's like you got to have like baby steps to get to that. Of course, like I want to get back in the gym. There's some other things like I want to start doing, but for like specifically like resolutions, like do I have like a specific like 3 things I'm trying to do? No, I'm just trying to progress. That's all.
So you're basically saying you're satisfied with like as long as you're taking steps. They don't have to be any big steps, but just moving forward is what you're focused on.
Right, because I feel like every time in the past when I used to like choose a New Year's resolution or pick some, like I'm gonna keep it a stack with y'all. I never did it. So you know what I'm saying? Like I was like, why continue to lie or lie to other people or like put my resolutions on the board or something and if I know I'm not gonna do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I never understood either, like why people wait until the new year to start working on what you need to work on. Like there, like the other 364 days out the year, you wasn't trying to improve yourself or do nothing else that you was trying to do.
I mean, they probably want to set on the new year, new tone, new me type thing. So I would imagine that would be why, like, okay, this is my time to start. I can cheat all the way up until December 31st. January 1st is new me.
Well, that's wrong. That's completely wrong.
Hey,
definitely cap.
But now, kind of recapping how our year went as a way to 8. We honestly done a lot, and we didn't talk about the toy drive on the podcast yet, since it's the first one of the new year. But the toy drive, I feel like it was a pretty big success. Success in the fact that we raised so much money, we had so much awareness that people knew about it. But it probably could have went better as far as the turnout. But then the 24th was rained out, like uncontrollable like conditions and whatnot. And then the 26th, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like we had a good turnout when it came as far as like receiving donations, which was like over $800 or something like that.
Yeah.
And then we donated over 100 toys to like some the children's hospital, and even gave out some at our second location. So I think it was overall good success, but I mean, I can't just like look at it like being like the perfect thing. Like we got it right the first time. There's definitely some steps to there's definitely some lessons learned from that, and that kind of goes back to my theme about the lesson I took from 2020. Like that was probably one of the big lessons, like actually like running and maintaining like a function like that. Now I know for next year or even for the school drive how to go about it. What y'all boys think?
What was the question again?
Like, how do you feel about the toy drive? Like, what would you like the main
Toy drive.
takeaway from the toy drive?
I was very impressed. Impressed is like real formal, but I was just really, I guess, ecstatic with the amount of attention that we got. You know, we got our homeboys, homegirls. We even had a sponsor donate to us. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we just some guys from the city, just trying to do something to make the kids smile for the holidays, and for us to kind of be seen on the level where it's like, okay, we believe in you. Now let us endorse you. That was big for me.
A lot of people bought into it.
Absolutely. Like Sean, you was going at us. What was it? He was in Magnolia Mall. He was all across Florence, really, and to see how how excited people were. Like I saw people putting up promos, like donate toys here, get X% off.
Sean was definitely out in the field, bro.
Sean was doing his due diligence. No cap.
Hey, come on now, fuck me.
Hey, you brought Heem to the city too, and I think, man,
Big Heem,
bro, that just set it off. I fuck with that.
Bro, I had to get
My
it out
brother
the mud.
definitely
Go
was
ahead and get it
working
real quick.
every day. I got somebody else, y'all. I got another location. I'm like, dang, you was working.
Bro, it was at one point. I think I was on my way to Florence. Like I think I was coming to Florence the day after Sean was already in Florence. He's like, "Yeah, bro. So I just got this another location. These boys want to come set me up a little box. So I think I'm about to head out there real quick." I was like, "Oh shoot,
Sean, how many boxes you got? You got a box for everybody."
Bro, it was at one point the people that was on the list, bro. They weren't even the people that we had on the drop off box. Were all the people we had like that had locations at their like spots.
Man,
so that just goes to show. Like I feel like Sean was like a really big initiator as far as like getting this thing off the ground.
No, definitely, Sean. Like all credit to you. That's for real.
Bro, what was some of your biggest takeaway from the toy drive, bro? Like, what would you like learn from it? Like, what do you feel like will be? I guess, I'm not gonna try to give out too much free lunch, but like, what are your thoughts about the toy drive, past and present and future?
I thought it was successful. I would say for anybody that's out there that feel like they gotta have everything figured out if they want to start something. People just want to start stuff. Just go ahead and do it, bro. Cause we literally just did it with the toy drive. Like we literally started. Like we talked about it. I think a week before December 1st or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Thanksgiving, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like we literally just it just came to our head. The idea came and we just like, bro, let's just do it. So I felt like it was successful because this was the first year doing it. We didn't really know how to do it. We've been out of the city for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like we graduated in 2015. You graduated in 2016. Like we were out of the city for a minute. So and even to the point where a lot of the people that we knew in the city when we were in the city don't even live in the city no more. So that was like
me, Sean.
Yeah, that was like a big thing because it was just like, dang, like the reach that we have. A lot of people not still here, and then the people that's still here. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I definitely felt it was successful. But to be honest, I really felt like it was our first impression to a lot of other people. To people that probably don't know Way to the 8, this was probably like our first impression. So next year is definitely gonna go up.
Yeah, no doubt.
And then just riding off vision, like as far as like just people there, like Corona, I feel like it's just been a big hindrance. But despite all that, we've really been able to make our strides. But I'm just imagining like South Florence, you know what I'm saying? That's the stomping grounds right there. That jump was gonna go up. Like the amount of people that are gonna be there, like and we weren't just having those visions for no reason. Like, our little party, what was it? The cookout jump went crazy. So it was like, why wouldn't people show up?
Bro, people are still asking us when we're gonna have another cookout. I'm like, I really don't know. Like, stop.
It's hard times right now.
Yeah.
Oh, it's coming though. The next one, just make sure you be there. That's all I can say.
Sheesh. Well, I guess let's talk about more recent news. Well, first acknowledging it is Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday today. He's a good brother. Alpha Phi I. Shout out to Juan. But in regards to acknowledging, today's day, we also had some stuff happen, last Thursday. I'm not gonna call them out, but how I was told that they were identified as this group of people. Now we all know who this group of people is, but like I said, I'm not gonna get into politics.
Right.
But we had we had a group of people try to storm the Capitol, I guess in protest of.
Try?
I'm about to say they succeeded.
Yeah. So let's touch on that. Like, what happened, Eric? You're the CNN guy. You're the political guy. What happened?
Let's get into it. All right. Let me just tell you, I was at work. I'm taking calls. I'm taking calls, and then I see somebody says, "Turn on the news." I say, "Which one?" They said, "Anyone." Next thing I know, Capitol's like glass is broken, like there are police in front, and it's just a whole bunch of white people yelling. And then I see Trump, and I was like, okay, this makes sense. and then things are starting to progress. So essentially, what's going on is that people feel like the voting was fraudulent. They feel like the election entirely was fraudulent. Don't know how they think that, but you're entitled to your opinion. So whatever, they're trying to protest the validation of the electoral college votes. And so they were going in trying to stop that, saying the election wasn't fair or whatever. So next thing you know, they get in the Capitol and they get in deep. They breaking stuff, stealing stuff, smoking in there. Like, they're doing all the things you're not supposed to do on government grounds.
Right.
And, yeah, basically went full. They're being identified as terrorists by the FBI.
Domestic terrorists.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's just a bad look. And I'm sitting over here, and I'm not even really surprised or stunned, because I'm like...
You're not surprised?
Not really, because it's like, this is Trump Nation. This is like, they're known for doing outlandish stuff. Right. I'm just surprised it took them this long to do it, to be honest.
Really?
So,
bro, honestly, like, we at a point right now where the government can't just lie to us no more, bro. Like, we're not stupid, bro. Like, that don't even make sense. Like, how was they able to do that? For real?
How did they get in so deep? Like, and why was there not enough security there?
Bro, there was no National Guard. Bro, what was going on? Like, when they had the Black Lives Matter protest there a few months ago, they was out there like they was, I don't even know. It was out there like they was Navy SEALs or something.
No cap.
Bro, but like you said earlier, like, how were they able to get into the Capitol that easily? That makes me think, like, bro, like, a lot of people think it was an inside job. Like, a lot of Trump supporters were actually like the people that were supposed to be guarding the Capitol.
They definitely had some Trump ties. They definitely did. They was taking pictures with him.
They were taking pictures with the cops, bro.
We caught you on camera. And my thing, and then it just plays back into, tie back into Martin Luther King. That wasn't that long ago. You know what I'm saying? When civil rights, that whole thing happened that everybody just forgets about now. And then when I say they, I mean like Trump, the white people, like people that don't see a problem with being racist.
Blue Lives Matter.
Blatantly racist. And it's just like, that was, and the common thing we're seeing is that if that was a Black Lives Matter movement, protest, or even a sit-in or march, bullets would have been sprayed, bodies would have been down.
Not the same.
Casualties are bad anyway, but like, what were we saying this whole time? You got to play it fair on both sides.
Got to play it fair on both sides. And it's not being played on both sides from what we're seeing. Juan, how you feel about this whole, about the people going into the Capitol? I know you've been doing your protesting on Twitter, arguing with, them.
That joke was funny.
Simply foolishness. It don't make no sense for the Capitol building. We're not talking about the State House in your random state.
Right.
We're talking about the Capitol building of the United States, and they just walked in there like it was a sale on Burlington Coat Factory on Saturday. Like, how they just got in there so quickly and breaking windows and tearing stuff up, and the police in there taking pictures and all. I was like, what's going on?
And the FBI moving kind of slow too. I know they're kind of doing something on the back end, but like, they didn't have no intelligence thinking that this was coming. Like, nobody saw this coming.
But when Black Lives Matter happened, they was literally begging people, take pictures down off Twitter, take pictures down, because they see people in the pictures, they gonna arrest them. Now, how y'all can arrest the black people that fast, but y'all can't arrest the people that was clear as day in the Capitol building in the daytime?
Right. And my thing is, they didn't try to hide the fact that they were Trump supporters. They had the flag and like Trump's like little banner, Trump Pence thing, all like out in the open. But my thing is, like, how are you gonna bring a American flag to the Capitol, but then break into the Capitol? Like, that literally makes no sense to me.
And hung a noose on.
Bro,
I think they hung a noose on one of the monuments.
You say they did what one?
They hung a noose on one of the monuments or something like that. 'Cause I remember seeing the picture.
All right, now.
No, they did.
They're tweaking at this point, bro.
Went way too far.
Bro, they said the KKK is in North Carolina and South Carolina deep this weekend.
Yeah, I heard the boys mobilized.
Okay, I'm deep too.
Yeah.
I'm definitely deep.
Bro, but
slow down.
They definitely better slow. They better run up on the right one. That's all I can say.
But how do y'all feel? Like, you already see like the effects or like the turmoil, like the upcoming inauguration is gonna cause. Like, how do y'all feel it's gonna be for like the next 4 years? We're having like a woman vice president, having Biden as our president. Like, you already see what's happened, and Trump's still in office. He got impeached for the second time, but he got impeached the week before he's supposed to like leave the office. So what kind of tones is set for like the next 4 years in y'all opinions, if y'all had to say?
I say the next 4 months are probably going to be really intense. It's going to be interesting to see where loyalty lies, like with the Republicans in Congress, if they're going to continue to still put up on the same fronts that they have been, or even just the common folks that you see walking around, the people that you didn't know were diehard Trump supporters, but maybe you grew up with every day. Maybe you even met them at the playground or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
How are they going to act and respond to this? Like, I just don't see how you can turn a blind eye or an ignorant eye to some of the stuff that's been going on. So I think the next 4 months is going to be pretty. I'm expecting two tragedies. And,
two tragedies?
I'm expecting two tragedies, honestly. Like, just with the amount of violence that's been happening on their behalf.
Yeah.
I'm just not going to be surprised. That's what I mean by that. So.
Okay.
Bro, honestly, they really have to rewrite the history books at this point, bro. Like, they stormed the Capitol. That ain't happened since like 1812, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, this how you know this country was founded on racism. It was built on racism. Like, you just can tell because they just feel like they have the right to do this. Like, this is our country. Like, they really believe that, John, bro. Like, for real. Like, they really wholeheartedly believe it.
And Sean, I don't know if you remember them saying it or not, but I remember them saying, we built this building, like we deserve to be here. And then they even started say her name things like similar to Breonna Taylor. They were doing that for the woman terrorist that ran up in the Capitol.
That's what she is.
Hey, I'm not free to say it, but it's just not the same, like at all. Like when black people, when we are fighting for our rights, we're literally fighting to be equal. You guys are just fighting just because it didn't go your way.
Right.
Like those are two completely different things, and I don't feel like most people on the other side of the spectrum realize that.
Mm-hmm. So, bro, I was gonna say like too. Juan, you about to say something?
Yeah, I was about to say them trying to compare that little girl that broke into that building to Breonna Taylor is just complete foolishness too. Because how in the world are they the same?
Right.
They killed the police killed her in her sleep.
Right.
Girl broke into the Capitol building. Let's be clear, the Capitol building. They broke into it. They acting like they went to the library to read a book. Like y'all broke into the Capitol building.
And my thing is, they warned her that they were going to shoot, and she still kept like acting on. Like
that's
why the gun is pointed. Please leave the building. That's basically what they were saying. They asked her to leave.
Bro, I'm not trying to make light of the situation, and God forbid I make fun of the dead. But did I see that Michael Jordan meme where the woman was like, "There's nothing gonna stop me from breaking into that building," and they had like the bullet from the Michael Jordan documentary. He was like, and I took that personal.
Oh my God,
that's wild. Who can't lay it down?
Bro, but like you said, Eric, earlier, like how they're just doing this because they didn't get their way. Like the reason black people or the whole movement behind like the African Americans getting killed or people of color getting killed is because we do that because something happened that wasn't supposed to happen. Like an innocent black man, woman got killed. Y'all doing this on the basis of democracy. Like nothing was fraudulent about this. Like y'all writing this means y'all don't support our whole democracy party. Or, like
I think what really pissed me off, we have countries that are doing less than us, like Middle Eastern countries looking at us and be like, I can't believe what's going on in America. And that's the stuff that we say. Like, we over here look like a complete fool to the rest of the world.
Right. If somebody
to be honest, bro,
And how far are we into 2021? What is it?
Like
17th?
18 days.
18?
Yeah,
Hell of a precedent so far.
hell of a precedent.
Hey, y'all boys, since it's a new year, I know shifting gears a little bit. Since it's a new year, last year was bad, but like Eric said earlier, we got a chance with we had some really good music. What's some music y'all looking looking forward to hearing from this year?
Certified Lover Boy.
Certified Lover Boy.
I need it.
I'm looking forward to Kendrick Lamar and Baby Keem dropping to they cousins by relation. And they kind of been quiet, behind the TDE, and I don't even know who Baby Keem signed to. But I'm anxious to hear from Drake, Certified Lover Boy, Kendrick Lamar, Baby Keem, J. Cole too. I know he's been contemplating
the cutoff,
the fallout. Wait,
need one. Need it, J. Cole. I need it right now.
Either one.
Sean, you think he's gonna drop in 2021?
Definitely. I hope he do, but I really feel like I feel like he's gonna drop, bro. I feel like Cole know I need an album right now, so he's just gonna go ahead and put that out for me.
Take care of you.
Definitely.
Okay. Well, I think we how we be talking about music like amongst us, and we talk politics, and a lot of people think we got to touch with music, but just because we want to talk about it all day, don't mean we got to touch with it. But what do y'all boys feel like were the best albums out of 2020?
Sheesh. Eric, you want to take it first, or you want me to take it?
I can just give you like a few, and then we can springboard. But
okay, bet.
"Fuck the World" by Brent Faiyaz.
That dropped early in 2020. Bro.
Early, I really forgot.
February.
Okay. Eternal Take, My Turn, Shoot for the Stars, Aim for the Moon.
Solid.
Definitely solid.
And I got a few. These can flow in or out. It just really depends on what else you want to include on your list. But I got Kiss 5, After Hours, Take Time that I give you on Project. I don't know if we count that or not.
Mm-hmm.
And then Whole Lot of Red.
By Playboy.
You feel like it was one of the best of the year?
I think so, bro.
Playboy Cardi's album was one of the best of the year.
Bro, it's like I didn't even name 10 yet. That was like 8. So like there's 2 more.
So he's absolutely in your top 10. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, bro. Like I've reflected on it, and then he's supposed to drop a deluxe too.
Who?
Cardi.
Sheesh.
It's gonna be all. And it's supposed to have all some of the leak tracks on there. I'm ready.
So what's your opinion on the Playboy Cardi album? Because a lot of people, you had a lot of turmoil after you dropped. So
absolutely, and I can definitely understand why. The cover art, number one, I was like, what is this, a magazine? Like,
Yeah.
he don't look album ready.
But like the Scarface movie or some shit.
It didn't look good. That was my first red flag. But I'm not gonna lie, it took me a while to get into the music. But like when I actually sat there, and he's not somebody you listen to lyrically.
No,
he definitely sets a vibe and a mood.
Of course not.
So I went, all right, come on now, keep But at least this album is definitely like this album's made for touring. It's supposed to like Corona's supposed to open up, like not open up, but it's supposed to be done. The world's opening up. I feel like that's what this album is for. But I don't know. It's not bad. I don't think it's better than Die Lit.
Mm-hmm.
But it's good nonetheless.
Okay.
Sean, how do you feel about the Playboy Cardi album? Because we had a conversation after it dropped.
I'm not gonna lie. When I the first night I listened to it, I was very confused. I didn't know what was going on. But I took some time. I listened to it more. It's a few good songs on that album. Not even gonna lie. It's not a bad album. But I still feel like how I feel before. Like I just feel like this album was just very hyped, very gassed.
Yeah.
I saw something crazy. Eric, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but it said something like he made this album like 17 times or something like that.
Yeah, he said he was
17 different versions.
He said he was going for like different, like it just kept getting more ideas or something in his head. I don't know, but I wish he would just stuck with the first version. That we wouldn't have had a problem.
Yeah. I think it was okay. It was good. I don't think it was like horrible, but I don't think it was amazing. I don't think it was great. It wasn't what I was expecting from a Whole Lot of Red, to be honest. But it was definitely good. Like it's not a bad album. You can't listen to that project and just say it's bad. Either like it's good and you don't really vibe with it, or you know what I'm saying? Like that's really what it is.
Well, like you said, on the first initial listen, you thought it was bad. So someone else would say it's bad on the first initial listen. Would you agree with me?
I thought it was. I didn't think it was that great on the first initial listen.
Okay.
Definitely. But I feel like that's a lot of music is like that though. So you know what I mean? So that's why I always take a few times before I actually give my opinion. You got to actually listen to it more. You know what I'm saying? People just be listening to it one time while they playing the game and think it's trash.
Now I really listen to this guy's background music.
Definitely. But I'm gonna throw some albums out there. I'm not gonna really name 10, but some I thought that were pretty good. Eric he named some great ones, so I'm trying to name some other ones. Polo G's The GOAT. I felt like that was a pretty good album. Freddie Gibbs, Alfredo. I don't know if y'all boys was on that, but that was fire. I'm gonna go Savage Mode too. I kind of gotta give 21. I gotta tip my hat at 21. 21 gets better every single project. Like, so
Honestly,
I feel like we don't talk about that enough. A lot of people don't talk about that, but 21 really gets better every single project. Like, he was just the shoot 'em up guy in 2015, 2016. Now he actually making the full collaborative like albums, like projects, fully thought out. So I fuck with that. I gotta show some love to Kalani. It good until it wasn't, but that's just, I'm just throwing that out there.
It just re-entered the top Billboard too. So that's
that album is so good, bro. That album is good. It's even better now that it's been so much time since it's been out, but it's fine. And last one I'm gonna go with is No Love Lost by Blast. He from LA. He fine. I don't know if y'all boys, but if you like R&B, he fine, bro. Y'all can check him out.
Yeah, Blast hard. I got into his music. I think you put me on, Sean, to
definitely.
Blast. But yeah, he definitely was solid. That Kalani, I can't get behind Kalani, bro. Like, I'll try, but I just can't get behind Kalani.
You don't like her.
I just think what she talks about is very childish.
Definitely, but
I know Bryson Tiller fought with her and stuff like that. You know, they go way back, and
that's the only reason you kind of put up with her.
Yeah, that's the only reason I put up with her. And then her, Tori, had a little history, but that's non-existent now.
People forget about that.
You said what, Sean?
People definitely forget about that.
Facts.
I say Tori forgot about it.
No, Tori mentioned it in the album, but I'm not gonna get to the album, bro. See how you're trying to get me to talk about the album just now? But nah, those are some solid picks. Like, but me and Eric was having a conversation about 21 Savage the other day. Like, 21 Savage definitely is like one of those like powerhouses in the rap game right now. That I don't think people talk about.
No cap. I told Q the other day, like, I think he's on the same level as Travis Scott. Like, I feel like if you look at who's running, like, not running, but who's in control of hip hop or who's got, like, they're staying in it, 21 Savage definitely is up there, I think, in that same tier with Travis Scott. Yeah. So wherever that tier is, that's where he's at.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. 21 just, I mean, you really honestly can't hate him, bro. Like, he honestly came up against the odds. Like, when the whole UK junk came out, everybody thought they found some chink in his armor, but, I mean, 21. Like, he's an open book, bro. He ain't no cap. Like, he gonna tell you what it is and what it ain't. So I feel like that's being authentic. I feel like that's what made him be able to stay in the game. And he worked hard, bro.
Definitely.
Like, he actually worked at trying to be a rapper, actually trying to make better music. Like,
and you can see it too, bro. You can see it.
Bro, I think that's the best word to summarize like 21 Savage with, like, authentic. Like, you can hear in his rap, you can hear by the way he carried himself. Like, he's not gonna sugarcoat nothing, no matter who you are.
Nah.
I guess I'll go and get into my albums of the year. Y'all pretty much named all my albums of the year. Like I said, My Turn, Shoot for the Stars, Pop Smoke. I guess we're going with the female artist, the women artist that was named. I gotta go with Chilombo, my girl Janae Aiko. She
tough.
She gave me a good one with that Chilombo right there.
Telling you.
I gotta go with Jack Harlow too. For a surprise. For his first like official debut album.
Caught me off guard.
Yeah, his first official debut album. Because all his other projects I think were just mixtapes or projects, but
that's and they wasn't that good.
No, they weren't.
Yeah, they weren't that good. He made like a whole bunch of party music though. Like, I don't think he was really trying to be lyrical until he actually like started blowing up.
You
know that's a top one for me for 2020. Before the Storm, the whole collaborative mixtape with Juice WRLD, Trippie Redd.
Was that Lemonade or Internet Money?
Yeah, Internet Money. That's the
fire.
Yeah. Sean, I think we pretty much dissected it and listened to like that whole Before the Storm when it dropped, like No Options by Kevin Gates, J-Lo, Lil Tecca. Like, that album really has some hits on it.
Yeah, we definitely did. That was fire, bro. What they doing over there at Internet Money, bro? Like, they're really building like something big over there for real. Like, them boys really be working. They're fire.
I gotta go with Wanna. Gunna.
I was waiting for somebody to say that one.
Yeah, Gunna. His latest drop, Wanna. I liked it honestly, but a lot of people don't fuck with it. But I think they're trying to compare it to Drip or John. I think we'll just.
I think they're trying to compare it to My Turn, to be honest, because I feel like the debate was, is it Gunna or Lil Baby?
Yeah.
And the Lil Baby, he just went crazy. That no one's even ridiculous. So.
But I think people try to like make like artists compete against each other. but artists can coexist and still be great.
Nope.
Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I gotta go with my boy Rod Wave for the last one I'm gonna name. Pray for Love. I need that Hard Times to drop, but that Pray for Love got me through some rough times right there. No cap.
Dang.
When he came on that track singing through the wire, I was like, oh shit.
Uh-oh.
No, you heard that, right?
Just a little sneak peek of the vocals. Juan, I know you really don't listen to music like that, but what kind of music?
Come on, Q.
Juan literally said he don't be listening to music as much as we do.
That's one of my goals. I'm trying to listen to more music and find out what I like. But what you said, Wanna, that's what I've been listening to a lot lately. Wanna, Future with Pluto, and Eternal Take. I be listening to that because my brother be listening to that all the time. Every time I get in the car, he playing that.
Nice.
That's how I kind of got on that.
Solid.
So what do y'all feel like if you had to choose one? It can even be one that you named. Well, what's your sleeper album of 2020? Like, it just was like so good, but it was just under the radar.
King's Disease by Nas. That's my sleeper album. I feel like a lot of people, because Nas had that whole thing with like being a misogynist and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But aside from that, the album King's Disease was good. He had like features on there from Don Toliver, Big Sean. He had Charlie Wilson on there. Like, when's the last time you heard Charlie Wilson?
Last name Wilson? Oh my god.
Like, bro, Nas, he did his thing with King Disease. That's my sleeper album.
Tough. What about you, Sean?
Not to jump back on Blast, but I feel like Blast one was pretty good. I feel like a lot of people weren't really on it. I mean, it was an EP, and then he basically just made a deluxe for the EP. I ain't never really heard about nobody doing that, but I mean, it was fire though. I really feel like that one went under the radar. Another one I can try to think about is Welcome to O Block by King Von. Like, it definitely wasn't. It was a little more than I was expecting, to be honest. I really thought it was just gonna be like on the same like crazy story, took it to the old vibe, but he really tapped in. I don't know if y'all listen to Welcome to O Block, but he really tapped in on the album.
Come on.
Too hard.
I say my sleeper album for the year would probably be Limbo by Mine. For people that know him, he makes that like just quick party music. You probably see more white people listening to it than black people. He made Caroline, stuff like that. But for this album right here, I was just impressed. He really came hard lyrically, and that's what really kind of sold me on it, because I was like, I already know what you can do. Like, what else can you do? And he showed me that. It's not perfect, but it's definitely good vibes.
He dropped the list of that one too, didn't he?
He did. Deluxe definitely helped. So, I'm looking forward to see what his next projects are going forward.
Well, speaking of like, I guess artists that I didn't listen to before, y'all boys put me on like Blast and even Amine. Eric really put me on to Frank Ocean this year. Like, I will say, like, that's probably like one of the better artists that I've gotten into that was always mentioned, but I'm not gonna lie, like the gay rumor thing kind of steered me away from listening to him. I mean, but I was a boy back then. I'm a man now, so I'm able to like look at the bigger picture of things.
Growth.
Yeah, growth. Definitely growth. But Eric, like, expand on like Frank Ocean. Like, why do you like Frank Ocean so much? What about him attracts you?
I just thought Frank Ocean was just like a normal dude like me. Like, he was just an Odd Future, and Odd Future was always like a wild, kind of radical group, but he was always chilling. And I was like, I kind of saw myself in that. Like, I'll hang around y'all, but I probably won't do the same shit. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like Frank Ocean kind of distanced himself like that, and lyrically, it was talking about stuff I can more so resonate with. Come with somebody like Drake. Drake just sounds good, so you just resonate with it. But Frank Ocean sounded like he was talking about some stuff that I would go through.
Yeah.
So I feel like it really kind of hit home for me. And I would say his music and even my own growth, like, it kind of just helped develop. It kind of put things into like a different perspective. Frank, he tends to look into music like from like deep in the corner, like something could be happening right in front of you, but he's looking at it from deep in the corner. So it's like a different perspective, and he's watching everybody else's perspective. And I'm always kind of like cognizant and trying to take into consideration what everybody else is thinking. So I feel like Frank does a good job of encapsulating that in his music. So that's why I always fuck with him.
Okay. Y'all boys listen to Frank Ocean, Sean Juan?
Definitely, I love Frank Ocean. He need to drop more though. That's one thing that I don't really like. Is he need to drop more. But I appreciate his music, so like I understand it.
Yeah, I think the last album, Blonde, 2016. That was the last full project. He's dropped some songs between there, but like, you guys aren't like huge Frank Ocean listeners, so I'm pretty sure y'all not seeking him out. Probably like someone you do, like Drake or Travis Scott or somebody like that. Yeah. But he's become one of those artists that kind of he put his pen in the game. Like he got called upon early by Jay-Z and Beyonce. Like, he's just kind of on that kind of like cult icon like star level. It's just kind of interesting to see. The crazy part is he dropped that magazine Boys Don't Cry.
Yeah.
300-page magazine, whatever, and it's sold out instantly, and it goes for like thousands of dollars on the internet, and it's
they were at pop-up shops as soon as you dropped the album, didn't they?
exactly, yeah. And so definitely didn't live in those cities, so I missed out. But
Missed out.
it's just a very interesting perspective on it. Kind of just jump into it. I know one of the initial things he was talking about in that magazine was just it kind of his influence for the album and like how he kind of sees the world. Like Frank Ocean's really big into like vintage cars and stuff like that. And the trope behind cars is like it's just a very masculine thing. But Frank Ocean came out as bisexual, so he just kind of the album was really about honing in on himself and kind of developing that. He alluded to something about like, typically when you drive a fast car, you want to go in a straight line, that way you can accelerate as much as possible. But he likes to do the same thing, and he said it's kind of weird, but he said he likes to take the roads with the bends in it because it gives him more options. He is able to explore himself a little bit more.
Right.
So I just kind of like how he takes the time to actually figure out who he is. It sounds like he's kind of already did, my resolution in a sense where enjoying the time that you have within yourself. So it's just stuff like that I kind of relate to, especially with his music and in that magazine as well.
Definitely. Juan, we about to say something about Frank Ocean. How you feel about Frank?
No, I was gonna say I ain't never listened to him before, so I guess what Eric's saying right now, I might have to go take a listen.
Yeah, I read that Boys Don't Cry magazine too, and I feel like it was like really interesting. Like the theme, like you said, like not just following straight and narrow, like going on your own path. Even if you like that's what it is, like you can still make it your own and like kind of enjoy it, not the same way other people enjoy it, but like still enjoy it the way you want to enjoy it.
Yeah.
And also another thing that I noticed too within the album was the whole like innocence of childhood and innocence of like being young and like kind of not conforming to like what adulthood is to a lot of people, because I feel like a lot of people kind of look at adulthood as being like this transition to like a whole nother life. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people think that you can't do the same things you did as a child, which I can see in some cases, but you should still have that innocence, that kind of blind eye to the world where like, 'cause as an older adult, like your opinions on people change, like you think everybody's like out to get you and stuff like that. But with the mindset that Frank Ocean had, I think he still like is an accepting person of everyone. Like, people have to accept him for who he is. So it's kind of like in the same boat. And I think the interview he had with Chase B, not Chase B, but
Bass Guy?
Bass Guy, yeah. The interview he had with Bass Guy, we were talking about how he wished he was younger but still had an older state of mind.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like that went along with the theme that I was trying to say, like, innocence of being young and stuff like that. And even the interview he had with his friend's mother,
Rosie. Yeah.
Rosie, yeah. I feel like when she talked about different things about how social media, it can be a good thing and a bad thing, but she thinks it's a bad thing now because, people just go on there to, like, to flash, like, accomplishment and stuff like that. And she seemed like a very wise woman. So I honestly like the whole magazine. I wish I had a copy of it, but I know I'm not going to be able to get none because, they're $1,000, but...
Can't do it.
Yeah.
Juan, you definitely know some Frank Ocean songs. Like, we play them too much. You probably just don't know it's Frank Ocean, but you know Frank Ocean music.
My lord. Well, I guess I know.
I guess the common one everybody knows is Thinking About You. Don't ask me to sing it.
Sing a little bit of it right now.
Can't do it.
Go ahead, Eric.
Can't do it. Won't do it.
Boy, got scared in the show.
I thought you was about to go ahead and bust out and start singing so Juan can know what you're talking about.
Nah,
I need to know.
But what was I gonna say? What was the question?
One of the questions we were just talking about Frank Ocean, like how we don't listen to him. Yeah. But another thing too that I noticed within bro, what year was the skits like in? Like what year were the skits that he was like the Godspeed skits?
Godspeed. Okay, yeah. So that's a very smart. So he didn't give it a time, but he said set in our time, but in a nearby future, like 100 years in advance. So It's like everything is familiar. Like you'll still see the same like architecture and stuff like that, but there's technological advances. So like niggas are able to pick up the phone using their mind, like using
they got
science.
holograms and shit teaching their classes and
Yeah,
whatnot.
basically.
Oh, that's crazy. So like another common thing I noticed are the cigarettes theme within the
I can't vouch for that part. I don't know what the cigarettes mean. Well, I do, but like cigarettes are like that drug that's typically known for like release. Like you take that whenever you're stressed out or whatever. And so like
that's what you do?
No. That's what the trope is. I don't do cigarettes.
Oh, good.
So you don't smoke cigarettes, what you say?
No, I don't smoke cigarettes,
Okay,
Q.
okay.
I do not smoke cigarettes.
Okay, bro, I'm just making sure.
But reports.
No cow.
The Marlboro Longs. But yeah, what's the whole thing about cigarettes? Like, why is everybody in the skit smoking cigarette?
It's supposed to, well, cigarettes are typically supposed to be used or seen as a sign of release. Like this is a moment of introspection. They're like kind of letting go of like the troubles that they're having, the stress and stuff like that. So that would be the only reason that I would associate that they're smoking cigarettes. I don't know what they do in their personal time, but that's what the trope behind it is.
Okay.
Like, to let go.
Because I
in the moment.
I know it's like trying to go back to ELA days, like a turning point, like what they say the climax of the story.
Mhm.
Like I feel like the climax of the story was when I can't remember the main character's name, but he looked in the mirror at himself. He got a pack of cigarettes. He was like examining himself and like looking at his teeth and whatnot, looking at the pad, like reading the ingredients and whatnot.
Right.
So I feel like, and you even touched on it, like looking at yourself in the mirror is like a reflection. Like you actually like, you know, I don't know the right word for it, but like you're actually like taking in what you're looking at in the mirror. Like you're looking at yourself basically.
Yeah.
Like you're seeing like all the flaws, all the mishaps, even like, you know, things that you like about you, the features of yourself. So I feel like that was a turning point in a story where like he was so used to smoking cigarettes up until this point, even giving other people cigarettes, and then he finally took that time within like the third or fourth skit to actually look at himself and like look at the cigarettes he was like smoking and like I guess like, you know, move forward from there.
Yeah, think about it. Like we do the stuff that we think is cool. So you know, given the scene in that atmosphere within that skit, and smoking was cool. Smoking was something that everybody did.
A social thing.
Yeah, exactly. So when he realized, okay, this isn't cool, what's the effect that's happening on me? Like that moment he looked in the mirror, had that introspection, that I feel like you said, that was a turning point. That's when he realized, why am I doing this? Like this isn't something I really want to do. I'm just doing it because everybody else is doing it.
Right.
So I feel like that kind of, you can take that as a metaphor to like any aspects of life. If you're doing something because everybody else is doing it, but you know deep down you don't really like doing it, then you probably should stop.
But that just goes back into what Sean was saying earlier about how people just do stuff because other people are doing it.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's a theme that's never gonna go away. Like you're always gonna have followers and leaders, and I feel like there's a lot more followers in the world than leaders.
But you definitely have like nobody should be a leader off jump. Like you definitely need to go through some sort of fire or pressure. And I feel like there's not a problem with being that follower. You got to figure out what's you and what's something that you like. You got to figure out what caters to you.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you got to smoke cigarettes to do it, I don't encourage it, but do what you got to do.
Hell no. I don't know about that one. No.
It's the metaphor. It's the metaphor.
So Aaron, you're saying that you don't
No,
smoke cigarettes.
I do not co-sign
but you're
cigarettes in any form.
You're promoting the act of other people smoking cigarettes.
I promote you.
I'm about to say, we've been talking about cigarettes so much, they need to give us a sponsorship or something. Well, cut us
Camel, Marlboro, Newport, sign us.
Give me one. But
definitely.
I guess if we're talking about kind of reflections and like how people see or perceive us to be, Q, one of the things you had brought up was well, you didn't bring it up, but like in other conversations, The Weeknd and his music videos and like what it kind of means visually. I took it as he's kind of running from the starlight that he kind of took that, or that he thought he wanted so bad. You know, every artist when they come out, they want to be a star so bad. They want to have all the girls, have all the chains, all the ice, and all that kind of stuff. But it seems like he's kind of moving in a different direction. What was your perspective on his music videos?
I feel like his music videos definitely. First of all, I'm gonna say the Grammys hold The Weeknd. Like The Weeknd literally had like a running plot behind After Hours, the album he just dropped, that Ari said was in his top 10, and he did not get Grammy nominated at all. And I just think that, you know, if someone puts that much work behind like a work of art, like an album, and they put like, you know, a theme or like a, you know, a running skit or like even a plot behind, you know, the music video he puts out, I think that they definitely hold him. But what I got from it is kind of like what you said, Eric. Like he's definitely beyond like the whole stardom or like being famous and stuff like that. But you know, he has Starboy. I feel like that was kind of like a peak of what he was gonna be talking about in his next album.
Mm-hmm.
But After Hours, I feel like even the theme of the album After Hours kind of like the thoughts that you have, like when no one's looking, like when everything, like when you clock out to go to work or we clock out from work. It's kind of like those thoughts that you have.
It's like the ugly side of it. Honestly, like he's all bandaged up. Like like stuff has happened to him, and it's just like, okay, I showed y'all the beauty. Now let's show y'all like the beast behind it in the same breath.
Escape from L.A., Blinding Lights, Snow Child. So it's songs like that kind of make you understand like what he's dealing with when nobody's looking at him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but my thoughts behind like all the music videos, he's definitely, I guess, urging people to understand that it's not all of the cracks up to be like, you see me on these magazines, you see me in these music videos, but I'm really trying to like get away from all of this at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Like Escape to LA. Like, come on, he literally telling you, I'm trying to get out of all this fame and stardom.
And he wrote a song about it on House of Balloons, how he was trying to get to LA. I think Genius have like highlighted it at one point. Yeah. And then the song later talk, and I think he references that same song, Escape from LA. I have to go back and listen to it.
Yeah.
But you know, The Weeknd, he's been through some pretty ups and downs in 2020 with himself. Like I think he got back and forth, or he hooked up and then broke up with Gigi Hadid like 3 or 4 different times.
He's doing it with Selena too, Selena Gomez.
Yep, and it's just like publicized every single time. That's got to be kind of hard for you. Like imagine everybody knowing your business.
Yeah,
like
I couldn't be famous, bro.
Feds everywhere.
Sheesh. Sean, what do you think about the Weeknd? Go ahead, bro.
I honestly feel like the Weeknd is just really focused on legacy right now. Like he really only worry about like his musical legacy. 'Cause I really feel like a lot of his other stuff really be in the media and stuff. Because if you think about it, the Weeknd is not really like he's not really a public person. Like even though everybody always be trying to see what he got going on, he himself is not like really public. Like, he kind of be to himself a lot. But I just feel like he just focused on his music right now. Like he just focused on the legacy, like of his music. Like I feel like all the other stuff is just low key a distraction to him. I really feel like because once the Weeknd actually lock in, he makes the best music. Like he competes with the best of them. So I honestly just feel like that's what he focused at.
So do you feel like he should have got Grammy nominated for his album?
Absolutely, definitely. I feel like Lil Baby should have been nominated too. I feel like, bro, we can't hold nothing for the Grammys no more, bro. Like the Grammys is just the Grammys. We gotta start treating it like another award show. Like let's just treat it like the Country Music Awards or something, right? Because honestly, they don't pay attention, bro. Like so, like why we put so much stock into this? Like these artists put so much stock into it. These fans put so much stock into it. Like we put so much money into this. Like it's kind of like a slap in the face. Like even when Tyler the Creator won, what did he win? Like like you know what I'm saying? Like even Tyler the Creator had to call them out on this shit on that one. Like bro, the Grammys they blatantly don't pay attention. Like and they don't care. Like so, what you saying, Juan?
Oh, I said that.
Oh, that was me. My bad. I was just saying, like, I saw somewhere where the Grammys kind of they slighted the Weeknd because they said that he created a new genre of music, and because it didn't fit in any of their categories, that's why they didn't award him.
If somebody create a new genre, you mean to tell me they don't need no Grammy?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
That's what the Grammy said. You know, can't say
they need to make a new award if somebody make a new genre. Like, come on now, bro.
Bro, Sean, you know they still don't classify Jesus King and Kanye West's like Sunday Service album. You know they still don't classify that as gospel. They still classify that as hip hop.
They said like contemporary hip hop or gospel hip hop. I'm like, bro, what? Kanye not even cursing on them albums.
Bro, no, he's not even really on the album. It's literally a whole choir singing the album.
It's the choir, Sunday Service.
That's really what's been going on in the music world. I know, Sean, you've been kind of following up behind the Pop, what's his name, Pop Hunter, like what he been got going on. And I really don't know the situation so much. I'm not even gonna try to dive into it. But like, what's been going on behind the whole theme of snitching with Pop Hunter?
Okay. So Pop Hunter, if y'all don't know who that is, Corvette, that person. Apparently he got so he did a song with Lil Uzi. Lil Uzi hopped on on that song, and he did so he was on the remix. And apparently somebody said some paperwork came out.
Oh shit!
I don't know why. I don't know how people just be like paperwork just be popping up out of nowhere. I don't know how this be happening, but they said that he witnessed his best friend get killed. I could be wrong, but he witnessed his best friend got killed, and he talked to the police. Now, when I read this paperwork that they had on online, I didn't see nothing about him physically snitching. Now,
paperwork.
If the question is, was he talking to the police? Absolutely. But we really gotta sit here and really like think about this, bro. This man saw his best friend he saw his best friend get shot in front of him, and he was with his mama.
Right.
At 13 years old. If you see somebody get killed in front of you, with your mama, and your mama be like, we gotta go to the police station, you just gonna tell your mama no?
Facts.
Like, I'm just saying, like, I don't know the whole situation. I really don't know the story that much. But I'm just saying, like, we really got to sit here and, like, really look at the whole situation, bro. Like, come on, bro. It be so many people talking about me calling him a snitch, or so many people calling people snitches and doing this stuff when they ain't never seen nobody get killed. They never seen nobody get shot. They don't know how they going to react to certain situations. People not even from this lifestyle talking about people getting shot and people snitching. Like, what?
So basically talking about something you don't know of.
Yeah, you talking about, like, bro, you from the suburbs, bro, and you talking about somebody snitching. Bro, shut up. Shut up, bro. Like, it's gonna be cap.
I mean, honestly, that's what it is. So you don't think that what Pop Hunter did was considered snitching?
Look, at the end of the day, people have to realize if you in the streets, people got to understand what actually snitching is. If you in the streets, then you play by a certain set of codes.
Yeah,
if you in the streets like that, you play by a certain set of codes. One of those codes is not talking to police. Now,
Right.
with Pop Hunter in the streets at 13, I don't know.
Yeah, that's
Do he know who the person was that killed his best friend? I don't know. I don't know. I didn't even finish reading the paperwork they had. You know what I'm saying? Only thing I'm saying is that we just got to start calling it what it is, and you know what I'm saying? Like, if that's what it is, if he was talking to the police at 13, then he was just talking to the police. That's just what that is. If he was in the streets, if he claimed he was like that, if he was, you know what I'm saying?
right.
But it'd be the reason why people get in so much trouble is because they're not like that, and then they try to act like they like that, and then they just be you know what's going on. That's really what it is.
That's really the best way to break it down, honestly.
Honestly,
So it's not really no cut like set of guidelines. Like really like situation. Like if you was in the streets at 13 and you like talk to police, then that you probably was snitching.
yeah.
But at 13 years old,
That's just you. Yeah.
but if you 13 years old, witnessed a murder of your best friend in front of you and your mama,
And you wasn't in the streets.
and you wasn't in the streets, but you still saw the police, I'm pretty sure the police had questions for you at the end of the day. So I don't know. I feel like you said, we just gotta call it for what it is and like look at the whole bigger picture.
Yeah, we gotta look at everything. Honestly, everybody that's calling him a snitch and calling and saying that he was talking to the police, none of us was there. Like
Right.
nobody was there. And everybody always got something to say that ain't there. Or everybody always got something to say that ain't never lived through nothing like that. Ain't even from the trenches. And talking about, he a snitch. Shut up.
But bro, I think a lot of that goes back to people like DJ Academics. Like he always got an opinion on something, but we know DJ Academics is not like that.
Bro.
Who gave
DJ
him
Academics, if anybody's not like that, it's him. No cap, bro.
That's a sucker.
Bro, I think Polo G was talking to him with like, bro, like when he was talking about, I guess, like the whole beefing thing, like when people like King Von and Pop Smoke were like, dying behind like Simpsons like murders. He was like, bro, like a lot of y'all people that's out there that don't know the whole situation, y'all create the beefs that happen between rappers. Like y'all going out speaking on something that y'all don't know about, trying to be like experts. Y'all actually like creating more drama and more turmoil than what it already is.
Bro, people be talking about stuff and they're not even connected to it. They're not outside. They're not in the hood. They somewhere 50 miles away in their 3-story house on their laptop. Like they don't, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on,
Yeah,
bro.
Definitely.
You gotta be realistic.
I mean, that's honestly real. It's honestly real. So, I guess just to wrap up this episode, we already, kind of reached our hour mark. I really don't know how to wrap this one up. I mean, it's the first podcast of the new year.
We really was just on this. We really just on here just talking, bro. Honestly,
Yeah.
Okay.
Brought me back to March 2020 Chronication.
telling you.
Stamp for him.
No time, just vibes.
Super casual vibes, that's what everybody's saying.
Super casual.
But if I was to close it out, I guess what the last little bit of saying, or I would have to say, make sure to stay in tune for many things coming from the Way to 8. Appreciate all the support y'all been giving us in 2020. Hope y'all still continue to support in 2021. And tell your friends about it. Tell your mama, tell your aunts, tell everybody that you know about the podcast. We're really trying to do some things, not just internally, but for the community as well. Make sure y'all stay in tune with what's going on in the nation. Don't believe everything you see and hear from the news. Make sure you do your own research. Make sure you're not picking a side, but like make sure you know both sides of the story before you form an opinion. And that's really all I got to say. I mean, y'all boys, y'all boys been staying solid this far. So I mean, I hope y'all boys continue to stay solid. So just do your thing. Be safe, stay dangerous,
Stay.
dangerous.
And don't stop.
But it's your boy Marquise Q signing out. Y'all be easy.
All right, man. Like you said, y'all boys really tap in. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Please.
We got some things coming, and it's only gonna be on the YouTube channel. So we got some behind-the-scenes footage. Like I'm just letting y'all know. Like, come on, man. Like, if y'all rock with us, go subscribe to the YouTube channel, bro. Like, that'll be big. We got some big things coming. But other than that, y'all boys stay dangerous, man. Hold it in the road.
Hold it.
Hold it in the road. It's your boy Juwan. Like we said, look for that happiness and look for that peace. And don't give up on goals y'all set. That's it.
What a word. And just take the time to find your best self. Honestly, that's what we're gonna have to do this year in order to get by. So I encourage you to do it. And it's your boy Easy, and though sorrow may come in the night, joy does come in the morning. I lost it, but I got it back. Y'all be easy.
The boy, fuck that shit.
Come back that quick.
It came back that fast.
But all right, y'all be easy. Stay safe. Stay
Peace.
dangerous.
This the last song, so I'm finna wipe that off. Tolerance is so low, still smoking hookah. Menage on my birthday, tap out on the first stroke. 'Cause this ain't no work day. She don't give head anyway. Cause what niggas say, that's what she tell a man. What a difference this is making. Niggas won't fight in the streets now. Shit starting to make my hands hurt. Jay hit me on the email. Should I oughta act my network? Dog, this is chess now. Now fetch, I ain't running for a nigga. Ain't ran since track meets. That's the only time I ran from a nigga. You could change this track now. Could've changed this bitch a long time ago. You know.